Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Football.
AKA Raiders fucked it up.
Yep, and this is episode number 8 here for season 2 on the 1st of November 2023. We are in a brand new month for this 11th month of 2023.
1 week from now is my birthday. Exactly 1 week from now.
So your birthday episode will be next week.
In a way, it's funny because Popcorn Panel last year was my birthday episode. It was the second to last one you were on. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, I believe it was. And, it aired on my birthday, I believe. No, we recorded it. It was when we were on Wednesday night, so we recorded on my birthday. Was posted the next day, but still, it counts.
Will you have anything special planned for your birthday?
I'm not sure. I mean, I still have to ask tell my folks what I want. But
how old will you be turning?
24.
Oh, 20. Well, questions, but okay.
Why I sound like Ernie just now?
Ernie?
Yes. The way he laughs.
Wait, now, Hunter is Bert.
Oh, Jesus. Ernie!
I think Hunter is Bert because every time he says big, it's like him getting grumpy like Bert.
Yeah. Yeah. At least I'm not as much of a joke as the Raiders.
Well, for those who are just tuning into the program, before we have our guest coming in there, and so the Las Vegas Raiders have fired their coach last week.
Yeah.
There he is.
Speaking of which,
there's Stacey DeCanio.
What is up, dudes? A long time.
What's going on, Jason?
What's going on, guys?
Not much. Well. Victor's birthday is next week, so you may want to come on next week to celebrate his birthday, you know?
Yeah, well, I've been trying to get you on Wipe Those Tears for 7 weeks now, buddy. We've been doing NES games. Come on.
Sorry, I just won.
I am not sorry.
I'm sorry.
You're not underpaid. First of all, you ain't not getting paid for this. Second of all, don't give me that excuse. I got the 3 guys come on every week doing this. Victor, you could be part of that
Here's the thing. I don't know that much about NES games.
Oh, come on now. You're 20 years younger than me, and surely you've owned an NES or you've had brothers.
I have a PS3, a PS4, a PS5. I had a 360 in my lifetime. The only really retro console that I had when I was a kid was a PS1.
Oh,
well. You're a PlayStation guy than a Nintendo guy.
But we still talk about other things other than NES games, my friend. You know, surely we could get you on something.
We'll see.
Well,
we'll see what happens.
PlayStation games.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know. That's something I don't know about, and I need to know what's going on because all I could do for that matter is rate from the cover art. That's all I would be able to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So.
Can't ready to learn Chinese chimichurri, Tyler Calvert says. Oh yeah, you heard the news, Jason, about Jimmy G?
Yeah, fill me in. What's going on?
Oh yeah, Jimmy G he's now basically being benched.
For the rest
and somebody else is moving forward as the starting quarterback.
And And also not only that,
Not only that, but the coach is fired for the Raiders and the general manager.
after
Both of them.
after the trade deadline ended 1 a.m. this morning, that's all that happened.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yesterday morning, around 1 a.m. or so, the 76ers player James Harden got traded to the Clippers. Just so you know about that.
Yeah, I think that was the most stupidest trade ever. They trade a
James
bunch of
Harden
assets.
probably wanted that trade because he did the same thing in
He
Brooklyn.
called his GM a
Oh, shit.
liar.
Yeah, when things don't go that dude's way, he says, "Get me out of here! I don't want to be here. I don't want to play for my team. I want to be on a championship team." Well, let me tell you something, Mr. Harden. Brooklyn, we gave you a chance to be a championship team with you, Durant, and Irving. And what'd you do? You screwed us over.
Yeah,
so
it's fucked up.
to you. That's all I gotta say. That's what I'm talking about. All these players, they get signed to big contracts. They don't perform. They sit on the bench and you whine and complain like the media's not giving them enough.
Like Anthony Davis.
Come on. This is why I can't stand following sports anymore, because it's all politics,
Yeah, it's all at the corporate level. Exactly.
Yeah. Give me a $26 million contract. I'm going to sit on the bench for the whole year and purposely bust my knee. Yeah. Okay. And to the dude who knocked out Aaron Rodgers for the entire season, shame on you.
Oh my
We
God.
know what you did week 1 with Aaron Rodgers, that Buffalo Billy Ho. We know what he did. He probably got the ace of spades in a card game and said, "You're to take out Aaron Rodgers for the whole season."
or Uno, skip a turn.
Yeah, probably. But he got the death card. He got the ace of spades that says, "You're the one who's going to execute the assassination of Aaron Rodgers. You're going to take him out on the 4th play." And they called it. You want to ruin the Jets season?
Skyscraper called it.
Yeah, I know. But take that, like I said, the Buffalo Bills knew exactly what they were doing week 1 when they took Aaron Rodgers out of the picture. They knew it.
Well, here's the thing. Now they have actually a winning record for once with Zach Wilson, 4-3.
Yeah, they're actually doing pretty damn good.
That's right, and they showed the Giants. It don't matter. We won.
Oh my God! As a Giants fan, I'm completely embarrassed by what they're doing.
Yeah, but Giants fan and a Jets fan right here, and
they get to play every 4 years. What's that all about? That's sad.
Yeah, that's very sad.
I mean, that's the next time we'll see you will be 2027. Jesus, really?
Sad, right?
Unless we meet up in the Super Bowl. That's the only other time we can play you guys.
Yeah, the Subway Super Bowl in baseball terms. But
yeah. Oh, thank you, Tyler. Zach Wilson is showing Mac Jones how it's done. Oh, wow.
Matt Jones. Oh my God, he's a joke. He is a joke, Matt Jones.
With Miami, they always screw up.
I'm looking at the film. I'm practicing the film. It's the same excuse every week. He gives the exact same excuse.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at the film. What are you doing? Watching fucking Netflix instead of the actual film?
You see what I mean? It's like it got right to his head, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was listening to the game on my way home Sunday afternoon, and I'm telling you, down to the last wire, and I was like, son of a gun. We was up 10, we was up 10-0 or 10-7 or something. It was a great game down to the final wire, and then the field goal that the Giants got to tie it up.
Yeah.
Just show you. The Giants are going to put on a show, but they cannot get over the hump. I'm telling you.
They really cannot. They really cannot.
And you guys are in a tougher division than we are in the Jets, as far as I'm concerned. You got to do it Philly, Dallas, and Washington.
Yes.
So really, the Jets and the Giants, between the two divisions, have to go through some really tough teams to kind of get where they want to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, and it all matters for the rest of the season because the trade deadline has come by. These are must-win games, and same with the Jesse, the Cowboys. Who they have coming up? Their old rival, the Philadelphia Eagles, and that is gonna be my game of the week. I'm calling it right
It's pretty
now.
much a blockbuster at this point.
Well, 7-1 versus 5-2. I mean, these guys have rivalry going on regardless of their record. I mean, you know, 1 year the
This is going to
Cowboys.
be a blockbuster. This
Yeah.
is why
Yeah, 1 year the Cowboys looking fantastic. The next year the Eagles are
it's
looking.
pretty funny because this should have been Sunday Night Football, but no, this is going to be on Fox. All because NBC decided not to freaking flex this game.
Nah,
It's embarrassing.
Well,
that's the thing about the Sunday night and Monday night football games. They really don't know how to put the good games on. They put on these
They
mediocre.
have been struggling. Monday night does a little bit better than Sunday night because Sunday night,
Yeah,
But here's the thing: it's nothing compared to Thursday night. Thursday night is just the bottom of the barrel, always, all the
but you see,
time.
the diehard fans still going to watch on Thursday night because it's football, man. It's football. We gotta
Sometimes
watch.
I don't even watch TNF every week. That's
me
how
tell you
bad
something.
the games they put on.
You watch football for religious reasons, for crying out loud.
Oh, he has a point about the Dolphins and the Chiefs. That's right.
In Germany.
yeah.
Well, here's the thing: they're two good teams. Then again, I hope Taylor Swift doesn't show up. Please, for the love of God, please, no, don't do this to me. Don't
What
do this.
gets me
Stop
is
cutting away, please. Stop.
how in the world can the Kansas City Chiefs only show up 3 points last week against the Denver Broncos?
Oh, it's hilarious. I was so happy.
What is going on with this team? One
I
week
mean-
they're killing their opponent by 40 points, and next week they're losing by 17. What the heck,
Well-
man? What, are you just choosing your weeks to win?
Well, here's the thing. Also, I'm not making this 100% part of the excuse, but Patrick Mahomes got the flu but still played. So,
Yeah.
so it's like
Yeah,
that's part of the reason. But then again, it's the freaking Broncos. You're supposed
Yeah.
to beat them. They're the division rival.
The Broncos haven't really shown anybody anything the last 7 years. I have not seen anything. And I used to work with a guy who was a diehard Broncos fan. He says, we're just buying time, you know.
Buying
"You
time.
guys
This
haven't
has been
shown
buying
up."
time for 7 years.
7 years, man. If you want to take that much time away from the game, 7 years is a long time to be in a losing streak.
Mm-hmm.
Games you lost, you show up, you only win 4 or 5 games, you go 5-12 the whole rest of the year. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
So before we get to the news, I want to ask Jason here, for those who are new to you, how did you become a New York Jets fan?
How did I become a New York Jets fan? Let's put it this way. I lived in New York for 17 of my first years. So it was either a choice between the Jets and the Giants. And I just happened to choose the Jets because the Jets look like the team that everybody just seems to want to go after. Okay, so I'll be the underdog. I'll be the guy that, just like Brooklyn with the Nets when we were in New Jersey. Everybody wanted to jump on the Knicks bandwagon, so I jumped on the Nets. I jumped on the Devils. I jumped on all the Jersey teams. Why? Because I'm just tired of seeing, oh, we're so great. The New York teams are so freaking great. Yeah, well, you're not showing it. You're going
Yeah.
you're losing streaks, and yet you're saying you're still the hottest team between the two teams. Like,
Yeah.
dude. In the words of Dante Pittman, Taylor Swift, go away.
Oh, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I approve this.
Thank you,
100%.
Brandon Martin, for that.
Ever since that whole bullshit storyline started, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Yeah, we're here to watch football. We're not here to watch a freaking concert.
Yeah. But that's all it is when you date Taylor Swift, forget about it. You're going to get a concert at that halftime show.
Yeah, I'm going to give him 6 months before they break up, and she writes a song about him.
Well, you know, it didn't take long for Mrs. Brady to finally give Tom the axe and say, screw you. If you want to go win another championship, I'm divorcing you. That's it. You know, she had all the time in the world to do that 10 years ago when he won, but all he cared about was the rings. He didn't give one bit about
Jordan
Mrs. Brady.
Spanos.
Yeah, and all she wanted to do was spend 16 weeks with him without football talking.
Exactly.
Last time, that's funny. The last time the Jets were in the playoffs, David was. Jeez,
Okay, I'll give it that one.
I think the last time the Jets were in the playoffs, as far as I remember, is when I wasn't even born. Is when freaking Joe Namath was wearing pantyhose. That's about it. That's the last time the Jets won the Super Bowl. They won it one time. That's it. Yeah.
1969.
Well, the Jets actually had a good record in 2012. That was pretty good for
I
all
was,
their.
I was still in elementary school then, so
Yeah, but that was, I think, the last time they even had anything good going for them.
yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And he didn't pick the Bills because that's not a Jersey team.
That's a true New York team, and I'll tell you what. After the Cowboys kicked their butt in the 2 Super Bowls that I watched when I was in high school, boy, that made me a Cowboys fan real quick. I have three
The
teams.
Bills lost. Didn't they lose 4 Super Bowls straight?
Yeah, well, their slogan. Boy, I love losing Super Bowls. That's it. I mean, you lose 52-14 to the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, you might as well just hang it up. And that's when the Bills had some pretty bad things going in the 90s for them. But they turned it around, like everything.
What's the 3 teams that you would say, Jason?
I follow the Jets, the Rams, and the Cowboys. And yes, the Rams.
Oh, yeah, they're freaking stinky, too.
Yeah, but this is coming from 2 years after winning the Super Bowl. So I was very happy in 2021 when we dominated not only our division, but we showed the NFC who the heck we were. But then again, next year we fell apart. And like I was telling David, same thing with hockey. You can have a stellar year, win 116 points in hockey. Next season, you could fall down to 52 for the whole.
But that really goes for any sport to begin with.
That's very true. That's very true.
Yeah.
But hockey is one of those things that there really is no consistency. It's either you're going to have a great year and then you're going to have
Or you're going to have like the worst year ever.
Yeah, but then you can't blame it on one individual in hockey because as a team, they are the functionality of it. There is no LeBron James of hockey. We never hear of a LeBron James of hockey, except maybe Wayne Gretzky, but he's retired, or somebody who was, they had superstars of hockey at that time in the early 80s and the early 90s. But nowadays, these guys play like a team.
Yeah.
15 to 20 guys on the team, and they all have lines and they all have responsibilities. And the coach, he's looking good in his suit, but he needs to wear a jersey. Swear to Christ.
Well, I like
the logo of his team and stop dressing in these fancy suit and ties. Who the heck are you? A businessman or are you a coach?
Well, actually, I have the opposite opinion of that because I'm like, oh, that's a pretty cool suit to go on. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but see, football coaches wear their logo with their shirts. Baseball managers wear the team uniform.
Yeah.
The only 2 teams the only 2 sports that don't wear them are basketball and hockey. They wear suits to manage all the coaching staff. How do you know they're coaching staff? They could be businessmen invested in the game. Hey, we'll put $20 million on this guy. What are you betting tonight, Scruggs? I don't know. No idea.
All right, let's go to the news, Victor.
All right, so let's just get the stuff that we were talking about out of the way. Let's talk about the Raiders and they fired their head coach Josh McDaniels and general manager David Ziegler. The Raiders weren't buyers or sellers at the trade deadline, but they did make a pivotal decision for the franchise's future late Tuesday night. Las Vegas has fired head coach Josh McDaniels and general manager David Ziegler. Owner Mark Davis announced in a statement, quote, after much thought about what the Raiders need to move forward, I have decided to part ways with Josh and Dave, Davis's statement said. I want to thank them both for their hard work and wish them and their families nothing but the best. Las Vegas later named linebackers coach Antonio Pierce to the role of interim head coach. Pierce is in just his second year coaching at the NFL level, but he is a well-respected presence and a former Pro Bowler, having played 9 seasons at LB, split between Washington and the New York Giants. He'll make his head coaching debut Sunday against the team he won a Super Bowl with, the Giants. The Raiders have also announced that Champ Kelly, currently in his second season as a team's assistant GM, as interim general manager. Kelly's previously spent time in personnel and scouting with the Chicago Bears and the Denver Broncos. In addition to announcing Pierce and Kelly's new roles, the Raiders underscored that they would undergo comprehensive searches for a new full-time head coach and GM once the 2023 season is complete. NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport reported on Wednesday that Las Vegas is also firing offensive coordinator Mick Lombardi, who came aboard in 2022 upon the hiring of McDaniels. The Raiders are promoting QB's coach Bo Hardigree to OC, reported per a source.
May I interrupt? Since
I'm pretty much
2000
done. You can go ahead.
Since 2011, the Raiders have had 8 coaches.
8. That is
That's crazy, Jason.
Is that a
in a
record?
12-year period.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's got to be a record. That's got to go down as like the most trade-offs you could have. That just goes to show you how bad the Raiders are. Every year they come up short. They look good from the beginning, and then they falter down.
And that's not even the end of it, because it moves on. I move on to my next one, my next news story, which also involves the freaking Raiders. They have now benched quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo, and now will start rookie Aiden O'Connell moving forward. The Las Vegas Raiders continue to make sweeping changes in the aftermath of Tuesday night's firings of coach Josh McDaniels and general manager David Ziegler. Jimmy Garoppolo, the offseason's big-time acquisition, has been benched 6 starts to his tenure in Vegas. Not only Ian Rappaport reported this, but Mike Garofalo, both NFL Network insiders, they have reported on Wednesday per the sources informed of the plans. The Raiders are expected to start rookie quarterback Aiden O'Connell this Sunday against the Giants and moving forward, with Rappaport and Garofalo added. Interim head coach Antonio Pierce and GM Champ Kelly has confirmed that O'Connell would be the new QB1 during their Wednesday news conference. Quote, we just feel like he gives us the best chance, Pierce told reporters. The guys are rallying behind him, Kelly added. They are excited to watch him get his opportunity. The move to the rookie comes with little surprise given the coaching change and ineffective play by Garoppolo. The 3-5 Raiders can now use the balance of the season to see what they have in O'Connell. The 4th-round pick has already made one start this season in Week 4 when Garoppolo is out with a concussion. O'Connell completed 24 of 29 passes for 238 yards with an interception and took 7 sacks in the 24-17 loss to Los Angeles Chargers. When Garoppolo missed his second game of the season due to a back injury, McDaniels elected to start veteran Brian Hoyer against the Chicago Bears. The decision turned out to be disastrous, with the veteran QB throwing 2 interceptions and mustering just 129 yards passing in the blowout loss on October 22nd. Jimmy G. Wow. Yeah. Because the Pats. Oh, my God.
That's me, by the way, the legacy of New York. I'm just responding back to David.
Yeah, but
Jimmy G at the trade. What the heck more do you want?
you
That's
bet so much money.
Jimmy G has a better record than the Patriots with Jimmy G.
I mean, Jimmy G. How much did they pay for Jimmy G? I really want to know. Let's see what the
Well,
contract
how much is
says.
he even worth wise as far as his
Let's
trade?
have a look.
trade
With the
value.
Raiders. They
Probably worth about
created
$2 million.
17. He signed a 3-year, $67.5 million. They're paying $67.5 million for 3 years, and they
That's a
bench him
little over
6 weeks
22.
in.
That's a little over 23.5 million.
They bench him after 6 weeks of playing.
But
Well,
he's
but
still,
6 weeks
they're
of
still
playing.
paying him. He's still going to get this money regardless if they bench that son of a gun. It doesn't matter. Like I said,
It's like the same thing when you're talking about James Harden. It's
he's
exactly.
been sidelined with pay, baby. It doesn't matter. You pull one of those and you got your money.
Oh wow!
Jimmy G cares that he's been benched? No. He's got 23 million this year coming in. He can take his family to Disney World. Doesn't matter.
Oh
Does
my
not
God!
matter.
It is so ridiculous. I mean,
He pulled a Jerry Stackhouse out of the bag there, my friend.
oh my God! Like seriously, it is just ridiculous. Absolutely
Yeah.
ridiculous.
He's a multi-millionaire for playing bad.
Yeah, you're a multi-millionaire for only playing 6 weeks.
Yeah.
You're a multi-millionaire after only playing 6
That's
weeks.
right. Exactly. And the thing matter if it is that even after this year, if he decides to stay with the Raiders, they got to pay him the rest of his contract. Or if he decides to go somewhere else, they're still responsible for the other. What?
What happened with
3 years. 3 years contract. So 2
Right.
years.
So if they
Yeah.
trade him, The Vegas Raiders are still responsible for $67 million. I mean,
Oh
what
my God!
happened-
Look at this. Lou Tyler said Jimmy G will look good in XFL jersey.
Like, for example,
Yeah.
Houston got Justin Verlander, and the Mets were still paying him for the rest of the season. That's what's happening. If that happened with Jimmy G in the offseason, they'll still be responsible. Like the Mets and Astros,
mhm.
Exactly. It
Well,
is just a
You
complete
know
disaster.
who pulled the biggest scandal of all was Jerry Stackhouse when he went to the Orlando Magic. The Magic paid him $92 million for 4 years. That bum didn't even show up for half of his games every year. He played 20.
Yep,
he played
that's
20
true.
games out of the right. He played 41 games out of the 82 every year from that on, and still got his $92 million. The son of a bitch, man. Everybody goes back to Jerry Stackhouse and the way he just swindled the Orlando Magic out of $92 million. It's like, baby, yeah. He led the Magic
Oh
in-
my goodness.
He's
Oh
always
my
showing up
God.
for 41 home games. He's not going on the road with these bums. I figure, man. I'm staying in Orlando. What the heck?
And what was happening with the Anthony Davis in NBA? He cannot even play a full season with the contract he has.
Same with Jalen Rose. Remember Jalen Rose on the Bulls?
But this is like
Oh,
what
yeah.
WWE does part timers. This is exactly
Not
what this
Jalen
reminds
Rose,
me
no.
of.
Not his name was not Rose, but his last name was Rose. But the guy on the Bulls, number 1 on the Bulls, the guy was
Oh, you
always
mean
hurt.
Derrick Rose?
Derrick Rose, yes.
Yeah, that guy was a potential superstar, but he
Oh,
tore his
yeah,
ACL, messed up his foot.
Right, messed up his foot. He still gets paid a hefty amount. The Bulls have to shove out his contract every year. The morons just decide.
You know what they're called in the Stephen A. Smith terms? They're Six Flags contracts.
Yep.
They guys to go up and down. And,
You see,
And-
that's what happens when these franchise teams. That what they do is they pay out all this money for this guy. The guy is busted after 6 weeks. He's broken down. He's hurt. He's not, but he still gets his money. And they're wondering themselves, how in the world do you? Well, I'll just go out and join athletics, man, and get busted for 6 weeks, and then I'll still get my $3 million. Who the heck cares?
Yeah.
He's not in it for playing. He's in it for the money. And that right
Yeah.
makes me wonder why he's even. I mean, his trade value is going to go down big time. Nobody's
It's
going to
all-
want it.
Wouldn't
It's
be
all
surprised.
Well, that's Jimmy G for you.
So yeah.
What a name.
Next story. We're gonna talk about Kirk Cousins because he has tore his Achilles on Monday night and he's going to miss the rest of the season.
I feel
The
bad for
Vikings,
them.
I don't even need to read the article because I could just say this right now. They're fucked.
Yeah,
They're fucked without
Yeah.
Cousins. What else do I need to say? What else do I need to say? And he's now also because O'Connell has apparently declined to name a starter for Sunday's game. I believe they still don't have a starter. Let me have a look to see because this article was posted 2 days ago, so maybe they have announced a starter since. But oh yeah, Jaron Hall, rookie, is now the quarterback for now.
no.
Although they did make a good move in the trade deadline, which we'll get to later. But in terms of this, they're done. To me, they're done because the
Yeah.
Vikings have struggled this year. I mean,
Oh yeah, the Vikings look like pathetically.
they
This
look like crap.
season. They are usually a contender by this time in the season. But
And now they're just looking like a joke. They're
No.
4-4.
yeah,
Yeah.
down in the standings and not even in contention for what it is right now.
Exactly.
Detroit is making Minnesota look like a hot dog that came off the
Exactly.
bun factory.
Exactly. Exactly.
Go
It-
Detroit! I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Never count those Lions out. Give them a bad season. Give them a stretch of 5 years. They will finally turn it around. It took them that long.
Mhm.
Lay the bums on Thanksgiving enough as it is, man. You give them that hot dog wheel, and they're gonna do something about it. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
But
mean-
Mm.
The Lions are for real this time, guys. Because look, man, you doused the Raiders.
Hey, and I'm rooting for him. I'm
I
rooting for him.
agree. I'm telling you, I'm thinking Matthew. Well,
The Lions are actually playing on Thanksgiving the 23rd at
Yeah.
12:30
of
versus the
course,
Packers.
they are the traditional team with the Cowboys and the what I like to call the 8:20 who knows who's playing game.
Mhm.
Because we really don't know at 8:20 what's gonna happen.
Uh-huh.
Let me look at the Thanksgiving games here.
Oh, it'll be a trifecta. You know it, man.
So 12:30 is the Niners versus the Packers. 4:30 is the usual Cowboys versus they're always doing
Whoever.
versus the Commanders. And at 8:20 is the Seahawks versus the 49ers for Thanksgiving.
That
Yes.
doesn't sound too bad. It's better than the Black Friday game. Yes, Amazon is doing a Black Friday game. I'm not joking about that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the TNF people are doing a Black Friday game. Kill me.
You know how many people are
At
not going to
3
be home
p.m.
on Friday? So why? You know how the attendance is going to be for the viewership? It's going to be
Oh
low.
my God, it's gonna be. I don't know because Amazon. I know a lot of people use Amazon Prime. I know that, but if they want to get good ratings, just make Thursday Night Football a better show first instead of just adding a gimmick like the Black Friday game.
Fix your baby first before you decide to add on another day or a night of football. We got enough Friday Night Football from the watching college already, man. Between the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday games, you know.
Exactly. It's just like focus on what you have now. Don't add a gimmick to get people watching.
Yeah.
So that's it for that. But let's talk about some of the moves that happened during the 2023 NFL trade deadline, which of course was yesterday at 4 p.m. Let's go around quickly and see what they got here. First off, we have Buffalo getting a DB in Rasul Douglas. He and they also have a fifth round pick for the 2024 season, and he was from the Packers, I believe. And the Packers in return get a third round pick. So
well, just good your chances of anything happening now. You don't get until the third round of the draft, you dumb morons. You see, why do these teams have to sell out the draft picks, man? Sell them out to a draft pick, and they don't show up.
They don't. Really, only people care about the first round pick, not the third round.
And by the time they hit the third round, they become third stringers, and they don't play. They grill them, but
Okay. Next up.
Go on.
Now the Lions have gotten Donovan Peoples-Jones, who was on the Browns before.
Okay.
They get him, and they don't get a pick. And the Browns, what do they get? A 2025 sixth round pick.
Now, see, this is what I don't get it, man. You've got a Browns team that is
It's
actually...
not 2024. It's 2025 sixth round pick.
You got a Browns team right now that is doing fantastic, I must say. They're actually doing better than the Bengals. Really, seriously. If you look at the between the two Ohio teams right now, the Browns actually are doing a little bit better than the Bengals. But still, I mean, come on. The Browns last year showed that they were a contendable team. Now, all of a sudden,
the Browns are a complete joke.
Yeah, it's a whodunit of what,
It's pretty bad. It's pretty awful.
All
Next,
one
of the big ones, probably maybe even the biggest one of the biggest, which along with another one I'll get to later. The 49ers have gotten defensive end Chase Young from the Commanders.
Oh, Jesus!
And what did the Commanders get?
A draft
third round pick next year.
Now, how good is this guy that's going to the 49ers from the Commanders?
Apparently, very good. Apparently, he's very good.
So I don't get. I mean, come on, man! What the heck?
They're doing this because for the 49ers have a lot of defensive ends and pass rushers that are completely injured right now. So this is a good move on their part. And as for the Commanders, well, they've been screwed either way.
You see what's going to happen with the 49ers is they're going to choke toward the end of the year. Seattle's going to win the division. We all know that.
By the way, in terms of Chase Young, apparently his season so far, 5 sacks in 7 games. That's how good he is.
Wow.
So obviously this is a much needed win for the 49ers. As for the Commanders, well, they're screwed anyway.
Commanders never show up ever any year.
They never show up. They never do.
They need to go back to being the Redskins again. Come on. Give them the Redskins name back, you bums.
Yep.
Next up.
Washington team was last year was called the team of Washington. This year, Commanders. Come on.
Well, last year was the Commanders. Last year. That's when they changed the
I
name.
prefer the Redskins name.
I still think they should have just kept the Redskins. Why is that Florida
In
State?
fact, Native Americans actually protested the new name. They actually liked that they were being called the Redskins. So why change what's broken? What wasn't broken?
They've had the
Excuse me.
Redskins for like
If the
50
Native
years.
Americans saying this is okay, why'd you change it?
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to be woke nowadays.
Fuck that
Everybody
word. I
wants
hate
to
that
bow to
word.
that, and
I don't like
everybody
the
wants to.
Cleveland Guardians. I think they need to go back to the Indians.
Yes,
Why are
The
you keeping
Guardians
the
are
Atlanta
generic.
Braves then? You know, I don't understand that. Why was the Braves allowed to keep their name?
Listen, if the Native Americans are okay with the Redskins,
They should be
the
okay with everything.
Redskins.
I'm
If they
part
were okay,
Native
they were okay
American, and I
before.
have no offense to that.
I don't think you
I
would
went
have
to a.
any offense to it.
I
If
mean,
they're
I
not
went to
being
a
offended over it, what's
school
the point of the change?
that were called the Cherokees, and I guess a Native American group here in San Antonio was offended by it, and they forced us to
please,
change it to the
everybody.
Hurricanes.
Yeah.
So
Next up, the Jaguars beef up offensive front. They get OL Ezra Cleveland from the Vikings, and the
Mhm.
Vikings get a 6th round pick.
And so they shall have that 6th round pick. Go on the bottom for a little while, you Vikings. You need to stay on the bottom for a little while. Let's give somebody else a chance to win the division for a change instead of you guys.
And
Ah.
now we have the second biggest move of the trade deadline. The Vikings have found a new quarterback in Joshua Dobbs from the Cardinals. And they also the Vikings get a 7th round pick as well, and the Cardinals get only a 6th round pick for next year. That's all they get.
Not too concerned about Arizona. Arizona always seems to spoil everybody else's chances of the playoffs.
But apparently, this guy's very good. He has 8 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, average. He has 1,569 yards, 1,516 yards, 69. And he completed 62.8% of his passes. So he's pretty good. And the Cardinals, they're screwed. This is
they're
a good
1-7
pick
right
for
now.
the Vikings. I mean.
They're worse than the Patriots.
Well,
And now, actually, no. This one is the biggest, probably. This next one. The Bears get defensive end Montez Sweat from the Commanders. And what do the Commanders get? A 2nd round pick.
well, let's see. The Bears need all the help they can get right now, considering
Sweat has had 6.5 sacks, 32 tackles, and 10 tackles for loss tallied through 8 games. He's damn good. And nope, we want to get a 2nd round pick. That's what we care about. We care about the 2nd round pick.
With all due respect, the team that really needs it the most is the Panthers right now. They need something. Didn't they trade anything for something good? They're 1-7.
Damn, the Panthers are 1-6 right now in the
Terrible.
South.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the big ones, because the rest are just kind of just whatever. So those are the big ones right there. However, I want to give the Broncos some special credit. I'm going to talk about this one. This is funny. The San Francisco 49ers have acquired veteran pass rusher, Randy Gregory, and a 7th round pick. And apparently the Broncos, before they traded this, Gregory signed a 5-year deal worth of $70 million with the Broncos during the offseason.
Wow.
$70 million, and now he's getting traded.
Gregory's a former Dallas Cowboy.
And you see again, here we go. What would we say back at the beginning?
Now Denver will be paying $10 million to rush the passer for arguably the best team in the NFL. Congratulations, Broncos. Even CBS called this trade an F. That's how bad this is. $70 million
for 5
and
years.
they fucking dump him.
And now he's on the.
And now he's on the 49ers, a good
Yeah.
team.
I mean,
The Seahawks certainly won that trade between
That is right. This guy
Wilson and the Seahawks.
he's getting
The
14.
Seahawks are
Yeah.
the
So
Seahawks.
Yeah.
that's pretty much my neck of the woods. That's the news as of right now.
I just-
Really
I just
chaotic.
I just
and-
don't know how much Brandon Martin can take from now on, but goodness sakes.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point.
Brandon
Oh my
Martin can
God.
hold his own on that one for sure. You
This
know,
is why I
Yep.
think you told him you need a backup team because how bad the Broncos are
I don't
playing.
care if it's the Cowboys, Brandon. Take them.
So that's the news. That's everything that happened so far in the NFL. It's just really chaotic with the Raiders being fired and now the trade deadline, and Cousins getting the Achilles injury. It's nuts right now. It's absolutely just a freaking disaster. It's just a mess. Absolute mess.
But this is what the people love is a mess. Nothing
That's
like
true.
mass chaos for an entire 18 weeks of football to only have to go into the playoffs to see more chaos.
Mm-hmm.
When did the NFL ever get it right? Never. And that's why everybody loves it, because they don't want they don't want a system of perfection. We want to see icky, aki, ookies and Biggie Baby whoop 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 whoop. You know, we don't want to see no. We want everything else except perfection. Run it like a well-oiled machine. Yeah, right. It's got to be lubed 3-4 times before they get it right. You know. That's it, man. At least wrestling's got it perfection-wise, but even at that, there's so much drama going on.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch it. It's fake.
See, at least I know David doesn't watch it, but all the other guys give him heat because, well, how come you never on Raid, man? Because you wouldn't talk about wrestling.
And Victor stopped wrestling, I believe, right?
Yes, I stopped.
Yeah.
You stopped because of that? You stopped watching wrestling because of that, or?
Well, because of Vince McMahon.
Oh, well, yeah.
The
I
prick
mean,
Vince
Vince was like the
McMahon.
glue
When
of
he
everything.
came back, I was done. But then now he's gone now. So
Yeah, well, I mean, it's only a matter of time before the dude's got to retire and say, "Hey, I got to go live my life." I gave devotion to what 30
he's
years?
obsessed with the WWE. Is obsessed. He wanted to run this shit until he was dead.
They all want to do it until they die, but that's the whole goal. They don't want to give up their baby.
Yeah, Red McCombs ran his business till he was in his 90s, and then he once owned the Minnesota Vikings and the San Antonio Spurs.
Look at Hugh Hefner, man. He owned Playboy for how long? Till he died.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
No one took that away from him, and yet he used to get a lot of criticism for his so-called business, But hey, he entertained him. The men got entertained. The ladies were happy.
Yep.
Everybody got to go to free parties. So I mean,
This would have been nice going to the Playboy Mansion, though.
oh yeah, if you were high end and you were an investor, yeah. Forget about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So without further ado, let's go over the recap from week number 8. We have the Bills 24 over the Buccaneers 18.
Garbage Thursday night game. Who figured? Like, get a clue.
But you know what? What I want to say about that is I cannot believe the Buccaneers are 3-4 losses now, and they just.
But that's what happens when you remove Brady. Goodbye.
Oh, well, yeah. But eventually we knew they were going to get down to a point where they're going to have to find something to remedy his replacement. You can't replace Tom Brady no matter who team he was on.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're not a contender.
Ask Matt Jones.
Hey, let's bring up somebody from retirement. Maybe, I don't know, like, I don't know. What's his name? Dante, what was his name from the Vikings?
Dante Stallworth?
No.
Dante Culpepper.
Let's bring back Culpepper and put him on the Buccaneers and see how he can. I bet you everybody who comes out of retirement will be probably playing 10 times better than these palookas who get hurt every week. Emmitt Smith can come back from retirement and probably will. Look, he was on Dancing with the Stars. The dude looked like he was fantastic, man. Troy Aikman could come back too.
Oh, he's already doing the commentating shtick
I
with Joe
know.
Buck anyway.
I love his commentary. He's like, man, he's just, these guys are just, I'm thinking he's saying to himself, these guys are so local. I used to do this with my eyes closed.
So the first, as for the Sunday night games, for the Sunday afternoon games, we have the sub. Where this one should have been a Sunday night game. Is overtime final score: Jets 13 over Giants 10.
Very messy game, but a very good game. I'm still embarrassed about the Giants, though. Tommy DeVito, whatever the fuck his name is. What the fuck is that name? It sounds like a stereotypical Italian guy from New Jersey. I'm just like, and he played like shit.
I think the guys on The Sopranos would play better.
Exactly. Or fucking GTA Vice City.
How about the guys from V, you know?
Yeah, the Jaguars 20 over the Steelers 10. The Steelers are struggling right now, so
No, yeah, absolutely. And now they're playing Thursday night. Go figure.
Who's playing Thursday night?
Steelers are. I know that for
Oh, the
sure.
Steelers! Oh, come yeah, man. Continue to see those bums in the basement is great for me. Ravens gonna take the division this year. Go Ravens, please.
you have the Eagles 38 over the Commanders 31.
That was a gimme game right there. We knew the Eagles were going to put their best on there.
Absolutely.
You know, you look at it this way: for the Eagles, every game is at least 30+ points for them, and if they don't score 30+, they're going to lose it.
Mm-hmm.
The only way they can win their games is if they outscore their opponent by at least. So if you're playing over and under, always go over with the Eagles because you'll never lose.
Yeah.
Never lose.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You have the Cowboys 43 over the Rams 20.
Now, I'm gonna say
The
something.
Rams.
Put it this way, you know I'm a follower of the Rams. I'm also a follower of the Cowboys, so
Yeah.
I can't really, I feel bad for the Rams, but I'm grateful to have happy that the Cowboys won because that keeps them closer to the Eagles. So there's a reason why I have at least 3 teams following because I know eventually 2 of them are going to face each other.
Yeah. You have the Vikings 24 over the Packers 10.
The Packers are a joke. Jordan Love, he is a joke of a quarterback. Every time, almost all the time, he gets intercepted or the pass doesn't even complete. It's a mess. They're garbage.
And
They're making the Broncos right now look good. I swear.
And they're saying to themselves, we should have never got rid of Aaron Rodgers because look, we at least could have had our quarterback. And he
Jordan Love.
Well, Aaron Rodgers has been hurt anyway, so.
I know, but I'm just saying, look at how bad Green Bay's playing because now that Aaron Rodgers left, I mean, if he would have stayed with them this year, he probably wouldn't have gotten hurt. They wouldn't have had 0 on his face since he went to the Jets. You're talking about a scenario of a guy who literally should still stay in Green Bay because the people love him. But what did he decide to do? No, I'm going to go and try to go find myself. I'm going to find myself. Yeah.
You have the
Aaron Rodgers found himself on the injury reserve.
You have the Titans 28 over the Falcons 23.
Now
You
there's
have the-
That was a gimme.
There's a game. There's 2 teams I can't really stand either way. The Titans, they show up when the hell they want to. Falcons, come on now. This is a team again that decides one year we're going to play fantastic, and the next year, we drop down and we barely can win 2 games, maybe 3 if we're lucky. And this is the year that we're doing it. We're just having this sucky year. We're playing it. We're coasting. You're a joke because you're not consistent.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nope. And that's why
Speaking of not consistent, want to talk about the next game, David? You want to talk about the next one?
The Dolphins 31 over the Patriots 17.
I'm going to review the film. I always review.
Mr. St. Dennis, all I have to say is that
I review the film.
I know you are my boss. I know that.
I'm going to try and do better. I work hard every day.
Let me say this. You have to realize that being on the bottom isn't so bad. I mean, look at it. How many freaking championships did you guys win?
Yeah.
It was sickening. There was no contest. Now,
Exactly.
Same with the San Antonio Spurs, 22 straight, and then Kawhi
Right.
left, and then
Yeah. Well, Manu Ginobili and all the good guys after that left. Now
Yeah.
San Antonio looks like a pathetic. But I'm just saying, it's like
hey,
eventually.
we got the first round pick again, so
No,
we got
dear.
another big man.
But see, eventually, what happens is dynasties will die eventually, and they will
Yeah.
die with the team so badly that you cannot consistently.
Belichick needs to go. This is shit. He needs to go.
The Pacers are what they used to work before Brady. So
Look at this. I'm
I'm
46.
surprised that they didn't trade Matt Jones. That's how bad this team. I'm sorry. I have to say that. I'm surprised they didn't trade Matt Jones.
I want one before I die. I would like to see my Brooklyn Nets win one more championship to see, so I could at least see that they had won something. Because I thought when we had Jason Kidd and that trifecta and those finals in 2000 and 2001, I thought we had a great team, and then we couldn't
And the
beat
San
them.
Antonio Spurs ruined that dream for y'all. Dude,
And the Lakers too. So I mean,
Tim Duncan, boom, Ginobili.
David Robinson, Manu Ginobili, all those donors, and then you had Shaq and Kobe just continually just pound us the next year because, well, Big Shaq, he's got to just show everybody off, you know?
we have the same.
Shaq was a dominant beast
38
for all those years.
Of
over
course. He was a dominant thing when he first came on the scene with Orlando. Bless you.
Mhm.
Okay.
We have the Saints 38 over the Colts 27.
No shit, because almost everybody in the Colts is injured. Every good team member of the Colts is injured. The quarterback injured.
I have no pity for the Indianapolis Colts, considering the fact that at one time they used to be the highlight of a game with Peyton Manning, but not anymore. No,
Yeah.
no.
After Manning, they just turned ass.
That's it. And good riddance
Yeah.
to them, because they used to dominate my Jets all the time. Now we can go in there and actually put them to bed and shut those fans up, you know?
We have the Panthers 15 over the Texans 13.
That doesn't mean that the Panthers still aren't good. Yes, they won a game, but they're literally like 1-7.
But look at who they
Wait,
played. They played a Texas
Texans.
team that's not showing up either. So
They didn't even show. Granted, it's like they got lucky with the win. I'm sorry, they got lucky with this
may
win.
that be the only win they get, the Panthers, because right now they're playing a hard schedule and they need to get a little
They're
bit
gonna get annihilated.
Yep.
Annihilated.
Mhm.
We have the Seahawks 24 over the Browns 20.
Well, no shit. The Seahawks won over the
Yeah,
freaking Browns.
We have the Bengals 31 over the 49ers 17.
You see, that's what I don't get to see. The Browns lose, but the Bengals win. The Ohio team. But see, here's the thing: the Browns are actually better than the Bengals because when they played each other that first week or the second week, I don't know what it was. I think didn't they play the first week each other? The Browns came out and totally dominated, and we knew from then on the Browns were seriously going to do something this year, and they still have a chance. Still have a chance.
We have the Broncos 24 over the Chiefs 9.
What a joke. Was Mahomes just kind of like sitting there looking at Taylor Swift going, hey, baby, I'll be right there. We can
That's Travis Kelce that's dating Taylor Swift,
Yeah,
not Mahomes.
You see, Taylor Swift was distracted.
Yeah, but he's also got that dim-witted brother too that always.
You
gets-
prick, brother. That's right.
Jackson Mahomes is a
Let me tell you something.
Jackson Mahomes is a problem.
Mahomes needs to take a page from RG3. Let's put it that way. Come on, man. RG3 was great, and you should take a page off of him, Mahomes. That's all you have to do.
9-24. I love it. I love
Yeah,
seeing
3
them
field
being
goals.
miserable, especially with the whole Taylor Swift nonsense. I love seeing the Chiefs very miserable.
This
So
is after
obviously,
in the last couple of games, the Chiefs really scored like 30, 40 points. Really.
it's
Wow.
We
29.
have the Ravens 31 over the Cardinals 20.
this was a gimme. This was gonna be an easy win for them no matter what because the Cardinals are fucking 1-7.
Right, but the Ravens need to keep winning regardless if it's a 1-17 because they got to go up against Pittsburgh and they still got to face some other hard teams. So keep going, Ravens. You are doing well. Just keep dominating that division. Put the Steelers in their place.
Uh-huh.
We have the Chargers 30 over the Bears 13.
One of the worst Sunday night football games ever. And guess what?
What?
The ratings were so bad.
Why are the Bears getting a Sunday night football game when they go up at the time? Put these bums in London for crying out loud at 9:30 in the morning when nobody's watching.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna see I'm gonna see if I can find the ratings because I think it was only like 11.8 million, which is awful for Sunday Night Football. Usually they average like 16 million viewers,
Yeah.
and it was only 11.
And how
Ridiculous.
entertaining.
Absolutely ridiculous. And it's one of the, I turned it off halfway through. I was like, I had enough. Goodbye. Not even halfway through. I think I did it like in the second quarter. I was fucking finished.
Well, here's the thing. I think with the Bears 2-6, I think the next time the Bears win the Super Bowl is 2034. Of how fast that is.
Let me tell you something, man. You weren't even born when the Bears won the first Super Bowl, so what do you make think
Yeah.
Super Bowl?
Oh, God.
1985. That's the year I was born.
Every Chicago fan moves out of Chicago and realizes the Bears were not worth the time and effort, but yet they still have that diehard crowd, like the Cubs, like the White Sox, and like the Blackhawks.
The White Sox won't win the World Series to like 2031 or something.
And the Bulls. I forgot to mention the Bulls. You know, there will never be another Bulls dynasty ever again with Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman. I'm sorry, the triangle offense is not going to be there anymore. And I even mentioned that yesterday on the show. So, no, David, it's 2031 now. Remember,
Now, David, it's 2031. Now, remember.
what is he signifying that 2031 is going to be the Bears' year? Oh.
Well, let that be your imagination.
They could say that, keep saying that, just like the Cowboys say every year. Oh, this is our year. This is our year. Every year, this is our year, and then you keep screwing it up.
Well, and the thing about the Cowboys is that with all the talk that they hype up and everything, they never show it. They're always struggling toward the 2 weeks before the playoffs to try to get in, try to win a division, and who comes up and sneaks up and beats them? Philly. Every time.
And also, I'm the man of the future, so I know about 2 years and not 10 years.
Well, you know, you experienced it.
We have the Lions Weekend Boys. Weekend Boys, like the Cowboys. Weekend Boys.
We them boys, we don't know. We got toys, we don't know.
We have the Lions 26 over the Raiders 14, and that's what the Raiders
and how
end of their season.
That's it.
Who were they playing at? Why were the Raiders playing on Monday Night Football? I'll never understand why those bums any exposure. Put them on a Sunday night game.
The exposure got the coach fired, so I guess that's a good thing.
So they really just kind of showed we have a place called Bonfires out here in Oviedo that is a total Raider nation. I'm going to tell you, you want to put 10 guys in a barbecue pit place that are drunk their butts. These guys could care if they were losing by 100. They're still going to find some way to be pissed off. The Raiders could lose by 100. They could lose 100 to nothing. The opposing team can score 100 points, and they'll find some way, somehow, to go. I swear to God, man, it's like really, you guys just got your asses handed to you. You lose by 75 points, and you have the audacity to cheer that. What have you been drinking?
It's like a neutral victory or something. I don't know.
0 to 100. No.
They cheer when they get an interception.
I don't
get high is when the ball is in their favor, but when they lose, and then they start throwing beer at the TV. It's like, really, guys?
Wait, one of the favorite teams, the Rams, they used to be from St. Louis.
Yeah, them is when they went to St. Louis after they left LA the first time.
Yeah,
they went to LA, which was stupid. Stay in St. Louis for crying out loud, or do us a favor. Arizona, go
back for Danny, you know.
Look at it. Arizona, go to St. Louis and become the St. Louis Cardinals of football.
weren't they? Yeah, they were long time ago in St. Louis, and then they went to Arizona.
See, that's what I don't understand is why is it that you can't have a Cardinals football team and a baseball Cardinals baseball?
You have to ask Danny about that. I don't know if he knows.
Come on, the St. Louis is full of Cardinals. There are no Cardinals in Arizona except the Desert Owl.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the schedule for week number 9 as tomorrow at 8:15. We have the Steelers versus the Titans.
Typical Thursday night football, a fucking snooze fest.
Yeah, except if you're a Steelers fan and then you go over to Buffalo Wild Wings and start trouble over there. Seriously, no, every Buffalo Wild Wings Steelers nation. Seriously, guys, I've been down here for 28 years. I have never seen in my life a bunch of bunkers as far as the Steelers are concerned. The fans are rowdy, they're mean, and they're always pissed off. Even if they're winning. 35-0, they find some way to get pissed off. Oh, he's not playing, so how can he intercept them? I said, dude, you guys are up by 35 freaking points. Shut up. Shut up, man. You're winning. Stop it.
And there's always a fight at their stadium.
Oh my God, they're terrible. They're so mean.
The Steelers you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Oh my God, I could argue
They
the
are the
Cowboys fans
meanest
are just about as
bunch of
bad.
fans I've ever seen. It's like everybody owes them. No, dude, we don't owe you nothing. Okay, sorry, but 43 has been retired. There's people still wearing 43 on the Steelers. You know who I'm talking about. Guy with the braids.
So we have the first.
Boy, being like fool, waving those damn towels. Woo!
So we have the first Germany game in
Frankfurt.
NFL at 9:30 a.m. this Sunday. Chiefs versus the Dolphins. Only
I want the
on
Chiefs to
NFL
kick the
Network.
Chiefs' asses so they could actually prove they could actually learn about humility.
This game is more important for the Dolphins, by the way.
It is very
Yeah,
important.
the Dolphins are on top of the division, and they need it very badly.
They
need
do. They do. They do.
to prove that they are actually some kind of contender. in
They're
the
both 6-2. This is the chance for the Dolphins to be dominant. This is it.
This is their time.
Now for the 1 o'clock games, we have the Falcons versus the Vikings.
Oh, two
Oh, that's another
jokes.
sneezer game. Come on. The Vikings.
We have the Saints versus the Bears.
Never lose.
That's another poopy game.
Exactly.
Packers versus the Rams.
Oh, that's bigger.
That's gonna be interesting to see if the Rams will come out and say, "Hey, look at me! You guys don't have Rodgers on your team anymore." Ha ha ha! You know. Now we can totally bash your brains in, and what we're gonna do is
Oh,
we're gonna
jeez.
go in there and score 4 touchdowns. You watch.
We have the Patriots versus the Commanders.
Oh, watch when Matt Jones actually doesn't beat the Commanders. I'm telling you right now, the
If
Commanders
your
are going to win this
Patriots
game.
cannot
I'm
beat
telling
the
you right
Commanders,
now.
David, let me put it this way: if you guys lose to the Commanders, you guys are just flushed.
Yeah,
You're
you're finished.
Yeah.
Because this is a team you have a chance to be this team. The Washington team has nothing going right now. And you guys can go and prove everybody wrong right
Mhm.
now.
But the
Yeah,
next
the
one that's on the
Vikings-
list, it's actually my kind of dark horse of the schedule. The game that nobody's going to be really thinking about, but I think it's going to be a good game.
We have the Ravens versus the Seahawks.
Yes.
Ravens versus the Seahawks. This is going to be interesting. This is going to come down to a field goal. It's going to come down to overtime. The
Mhm.
Ravens find a way to win. I'm going to say this much because they are the Ravens. They find ways to win. It's just, I know the Seahawks are good, and I know you bums from Seattle are saying "shut up" because let me tell you something. The Ravens still come through. See, I'm wearing purple tonight. Raven purple, baby. Raven purple. It's something there that doesn't show anything. I'm not Seahawks. Yeah.
We have Texans versus the Buccaneers.
What a joke. Another joke of a game.
Who are they playing?
The
The
Texans.
Buccaneers.
The Texans and the Buccaneers.
Yeah. Joke.
You know, I'm surprised if it's going to be a 3-0 game.
We have the Browns. We got the Browns versus the Cardinals.
Speaking of a joke,
The Browns and the Cardinals. Wow, the Browns will win this game because if they don't, then you lose to a 1-7 team. You might as well just hang it up then.
exactly.
Now we go to the 4:05 game. The Panthers versus the Colts.
Oh, the Panthers are gonna lose. Goodbye.
Let's be
At 4:25,
Yeah.
we have the Raiders versus the Giants.
Oh, I have a feeling the Giants are actually gonna win because of what the Raiders have done.
You guys don't beat the Raiders. I swear to God, I'm going to come out here next week and slaughter you because that's a team you should be
You
beating.
can't do that. It's my birthday. You can't do that.
No matter if it's your birthday, if they don't win on your birthday, then you have something to really rave about, you know? Seriously.
We have the Eagles versus the Cowboys.
Yes, which is
Oh,
going to
fine.
be
Be the
a
game.
big
Game of the week.
blockbuster.
Eagles and the Cowboys, big
I'm
game.
gonna say this right now. This is better if it's Sunday night. You're gonna be better than the Sunday night game. I'm being dead serious.
And
Fox,
that is the Bengals versus
they have a winner on their hands right
Yeah.
with this one.
that would be the Bengals versus the Bills for 8:20.
Yeah,
Bengals and Bills.
yeah, the
Ooh.
Bengals and the Bills.
Ooh.
Don't get too excited because Monday night's gonna be.
Jets versus the Chargers.
The Jets versus the Chargers on Monday night. Well, you know, God dang it. Why do you gotta put us on Monday Night Football? We're brutalized on Monday Night Football. That's the Chargers, man. The Chargers are like has-beens. They're there, and then one week they're there, and the next week they're not. And then they come out and they just like totally destroy the Jets.
Yeah.
That's a total freaking snooze fest. That's a
So
total.
my game of the
snooze fest.
week is the Cowboys versus the Eagles.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same thing. Even though the Germany game and the Seahawks and the Ravens both also look good, but I'm gonna say the Cowboys and the Eagles as
And I
well.
say the Cowboys will take it by a touchdown. It'll
I
be
say the
a
Eagles are gonna take it.
No. Cowboys by 7. And,
Sure.
and
Cowboys.
it's going to be a high-scoring game because we know the Eagles will show up with 30-plus points. The Cowboys can do the same thing too.
Absolutely.
The over and under, you can go with the over big time. Over by 60 points easily. This game, if you're playing over and under,
What's their game of the week? Sorry to interrupt. What's their game of the week, Jason?
Cowboys and Eagles would be my game of the week. Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Jets and the Chargers. But if the Jets win that game, I'll be very happy because then it just proves that you're moving up. You got 4 in a row in the win column. Hey, first time. We're on a 3-game winning streak. Man, how we did it? Who cares? A win is a win.
Yep.
That's the point.
And Chester, your game of the week.
Cowboys and the Eagles.
All right,
Hands
guys.
down.
Game of the week.
Beautiful.
Yep, and I'm glad I made that decision because I thought about the Chiefs and Miami first war a little bit, but I thought, you know what? No, this one, Eagles and Cowboys, that one is going to be something special to watch.
Yeah.
Well, I
absolutely.
think so this is the halfway point. This is week 9, right?
Yeah, this is it.
Yep.
Okay. So what we should do in this case is the next 6 weeks we should play over and under. I'll tell you why. Play over and under because we can easily tell who's got we can tell who's got the high scores and we can tell when there's a low scoring game. So I bet you if we all play, because I used to play over and under with a group and I finished in 3rd out of the 4 guys.
Uh,
It was a long.
Well, if you want us to do that, Jason, I'll have you do that segment.
Okay, yeah, and I'll put it up on the board for us, and that way, it's be like Victor. Victor will be pulling for his Giants under every time.
probably, yeah. I'd probably say that, yeah.
The over and under
be
is not the
honest.
safest game to play on football because it's not a matter of wins.
It's a matter of loss.
Well, no, it's not even wins and losses. It's a matter of that combination of score. Is it overs or is it under?
Mhm.
But that's too bad. My TV doesn't show the Cowboys Eagles game, but they use the NFL Red Zone. I'll watch that.
Yeah.
And also,
Red Zone is the best way to watch football. I cannot underestimate that enough. I cannot state that enough.
you know what?
Watch
NFL
Red Zone.
Jason?
Scott Hans does a great job. It's the best way to watch football because it eliminates all the boring shit, like the boring, like Especially if you're considering if it's like a defensive game, it eliminates all that. It eliminates obviously the commercials, which of course everybody hates the
Channel
commercials.
201 on Dish, and I don't know what channel it is. I think it's 201 on both Dish and Direct, isn't it?
I'm not sure, but at least you don't have to watch the same commercials for Burger King or quote unquote Mr. Pfizer, Travis Kelce.
Mr. Pfizer.
Yeah.
That's
That's what Aaron Rodgers called him. So yeah.
You know what Red Zone is, Jason, right? You heard of it.
Yeah, I see it, but sometimes on Sundays I'm working from 7 to 3, so I don't. By the time I get home, it's the 4 o'clock games for me. But I do have it on my radio. When I get the 1 o'clock games, I'll have all I gotta do XM 232, please, playing XM 232, and the NFL channel will come on, and I'll scroll through the games and the scores and see which ones I want to listen to. And most of the time it's the Jets, and if they're playing at 1 o'clock, or if it's a really close game, New Orleans is playing like freaking who knows, but the scores really don't show it half the time. It's like the
Have you been listening to the games this season on your driving, Jason?
Yeah, with the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
But with the NHL and the NBA, it's hard because all the games are at night sometimes. So, but I just like
to listen to them. I mean, that was you used to love doing a long time ago.
Oh yeah, still do, but now that I've got the full channels on for the football, I can at least catch the 1 o'clock games while I'm out delivering, knowing that somebody wants a Papa John's pizza.
Well, you should work until 7 on Sunday because so you can listen to the Cowboys Eagles.
Yeah, but then I get those Rachi fans that I have to go to their house and literally hear them drunk bums.
Yeah.
And I don't want to. Though, who's the first person to yell at to the door when they come to the door? The pizza guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to hand a pizza over to a guy who smells like Budweiser, for crying out loud.
Well, the breath smells like
Your
alcohol.
blood smells like vodka. Your body smells like Budweiser. What the hell you been drinking for the last 2 hours, you imbecile? Really? Come on.
So Jason has 3 favorite teams. Victor has 2 favorites. But Chester, what about for you?
Well, other teams. I used to like the Rams and Buccaneers as a kid.
Now you like the Oilers when they were in Houston, right?
Yeah, I love the Oilers.
Hey,
Freaking Warren Moon.
the native cannot deny he was not a Houston Oilers fan at the time. Now
Aaron McNair.
Yep, Aaron McNair. That's it. I mean,
Chester knows a lot more sports than you think, Jason. He
Yeah.
knows a lot. Chester knows a lot.
yeah, Victor being the Bronx boy that he is, rooting for the Giants. I mean, that's a harsh thing, man.
Yeah, I mean, especially this last decade. I mean, oh my god.
I gotta be honest.
The Giants haven't been great
if I was
since they had Tom Coughlin as their head coach.
That's right. Ever since old Tommy retired, forget it, man. It's never been the same for the Giants.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. Like, if my home city was either New York or Los Angeles, I'll be rooting for all Los Angeles because it's like, yes, part of it is sympathy for New York, and some part of it is Anaheim anymore, whatever in Los Angeles, but they're still not called Los Angeles, and there are good Los Angeles and New York teams, and there are bad New York and Los Angeles teams. So it's like you can choose multiple because it's all in the same city, and you don't want to be a loser of only one team all the time. You can be an underdog and whatever they call for better teams. I don't know what's the opposite of underdog, but
Overdog.
underdog.
Woof woof dog. That's about it, Favorite. Favorite to underdog,
Favorite overdog. But
Favorite overdog.
but anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode of That's Our Football. Tune in about 15 minutes for Like Those Tears.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we went actually way over most
That's
episodes.
because I was on tonight. You know, I'm coming up next with
Yeah,
with 2 hours of my guys coming on now. I've got Brandon Bogard, I've got Gianni Pizzi, and the ever popular Mark Leota.
and Chester, if you want
And
to
it could
come
be you, Victor, next. I
Yeah.
want you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could do NFL teams, and then all three of you have no excuses not to come on. You know, I'd be looking at like rating the NFL teams not based on the fact that they're your favorite team, but look at the color, look at the cover art, look at their logo. You know, that's what we're really rating it. That's what I want everybody to think about when we do wipe those tiers. Look at the cover art, look at that beautiful cover art, and tell me, is that classic or what? When you look at that Batman video game, the NES Batman video game, we gave it an A. Why? Because nothing can top a Batman logo from 1989. I can't tell you how
Hell
much.
yeah.
You know, that's what it's all about, folks. Cover art. If either of you never played the game and you look at that and you say, "Yeah, I could give that."
Is that the one that was made by Midway?
No,
No,
that's
Sunsoft. No,
yeah,
that was
Sunsoft, yeah.
Sunsoft made the Batman game, and it's a hard game. There's only 5 levels, but if you look at the cover art, look at the gameplay, the ratings on it were tops because it's Batman.
At least it's not LJN.
No,
Oh
thank God.
yeah.
Konami made
They're the
some.
ones that made those horrible wrestling games back in the day.
Or Acclaim. Acclaim, LJN, they're the same fucking company.
We actually
Yeah.
gave the loaded series about between 3 A's and a B. There was 4 bases loaded series of baseball games. So far, if you look at the back episodes, you should really check a look at them.
And before we ask the courses out, Victor, any updates on your gaming series for those who are watching?
Oh yeah. I mean, I already have episode 6 finished. David just has to post it.
I already did.
No, you did not.
Oh, well,
I
I'll-
played GTA 5 again and you haven't uploaded it for 2 weeks. So technically you're getting a new episode. It's just that David
Well-
has to remember to upload it now.
oh, now I see. Okay, I'll do it.
David's the
I'll do it.
hardest working man in
mistake,
YouTube, man.
I made a mistake.
That's right. That's why he's my boss. You know, I'm like,
But if you film an episode this week, so next week I'll be ready if you want. So,
I'll get that done as soon as I can.
but it's also your birthday week next week, so it makes sense. You can film it this week, and you don't have to worry about it next week. Enjoy your birthday.
well,
But,
we finished up Tic Tac Toe this past Monday, so we're not doing any new recordings of game shows till the beginning of Cyber Monday on Monday after Thanksgiving, Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
Starts up Joker and Blockbusters again. Yep.
start, this is 2 games to take loose will start at 8 p.m. and the
Yeah.
other one at 9 p.m.
Right.
Thank you for watching, and see you next time. I'm going to end the stream right now.
Bye.
Bye.